NAMM here from Guitar.com. I'm here with Richard at the Fender booth, and we're taking a look at the new Fender pedals for Summer NAMM 2019. Richard, do you want to talk us through it?
Yeah, of course. So we launched these new lines of pedals last year at the Winter NAMM show. So this is just the next iteration of the pedal line. This is the next 6. Now we have 22 pedals in the line, so we're really excited to have these things out here ready to rock and roll. So the first one we want to talk about is the Compugilist, which takes the distortion circuit from our Pugilist distortion that we had from year 1 and our Benz compressor and crams them all into one box. We like to say that compression and distortion go together. There's peanut butter and jelly, that classic 1-2 punch. So we throw them all in one box here for you guys ready to go, nice and rock and roll. The Trapper is a fuzz pedal. It's got a couple of unique voicings in it. Nice clean fuzz, it harkens back to the old 60s sound. But there's also a really cool feature on this thing that's sputtery and super distorted. When you play it, it actually rewards bad playing. Playing like mine actually kind of rewards, chunking out. The gate on it is super, super strong on the noise gate. It just starts to sputter and all of a sudden you fuzz out. So it's a really fantastic one. We'll get a sample of that for you guys to hear later. The MTG LA is our next tube distortion. So inside the box here, we have genuine 6205 new old stock tubes from 1941 that were used for World War II. They've been sitting in Fender's warehouses for years and years and years. So it's a real tubed overdrive all in a box. The tube is all inside there, it's self-contained, it's gonna be there for a long time. There's only a few of these thousands of these tubes in the world, so we're lucky to have them in the pedals we've got right now. Great sounding overdrive. This was co-designed with Bruce Egnater. Egnater Amplification helped us with this. It's a real, we want to say it's like an LA 1980s kind of Sunset Strip distortion-y sound to it, which is why we gave it the MTG LA nomenclature on that one. The pour over is an envelope filter, works great for guitar and bass. It's a nice standard envelope filter. A lot of cool feature sets in there, which we'll get to when we play that thing for you. The reflecting pool is a fantastic, it's delay, it's reverb, all in one box. Takes the best of what we launched last year in the marine layer and the mirror image delay, marine layer reverb, crams them all into one box. We've added tap tempo now, which was one of the things we were missing from the first run of the product. And we've got stereo ins and outs on them. And they've added even more variations inside the box here, which is a fantastic thing to see, that there's 27 different delay time settings on the pedal, which is kind of a crazy thing to think about when you get down to it. And then we're really excited about the Smolder, and the Smolder is an acoustic overdrive pedal. Why acoustic overdrive? It's something that's never really been done before. When you hear it, you're gonna wonder where it's been your entire life. You get all the nice cleans and brights of an acoustic guitar amp and a guitar, but just you can grind in and actually start playing like you're actually playing through a nice big stack.
Does it not feedback like if you were using a standard distortion?
Lots of notch filters in there to make sure that there's no feedback on it. So it's really designed, as you know, when you use distortion with acoustic guitar, you typically feed back. With the Smolder, that's been eliminated.
So, Rodrigo, what are you going to play for us first?
So I'm going to show you guys the Compugilist, which if you already heard is a combination of our Benz compressor and our Pugilist distortion. They're independently switchable, so you have compression and distortion with a dedicated foot switch for each. So here's the compressor. And in the distortion.
Sounds great.
So really good, kind of medium gain, good for rock. You know, compression and distortion kind of usually, kind of relatively close together in the signal chain, so it's really cool to have them in one box. So I want to start you guys off on the octave side of the Trapper fuzz. So let's hear what that sounds like sans octave, and then we'll flip the octave on so you can hear it. Once the octave comes in, so it gets a little splattier sounding, the signal gets a little bit more complex. So kind of a cool classic Octavia sort of sound. And then switching over to the noise gate at half, you're going to notice a lot more gain and some kind of sputtery, interesting artifacts that'll happen when you turn your volume down or when your attack kind of decreases.
Almost compresses in a way.
And as you turn your volume down, the gate will kind of kick in quicker and quicker.
Yeah, there it is.
Almost has like this kind of zippery, like weird sputtery kind of sound. So that's the Trapper. The MTGLA is a true tube distortion that we designed with Bruce Egnater, if you already maybe heard that part of it. So let's turn that on. There's a lot of gain in this pedal. About the MTGLA, whoa. You've got a foot switchable boost that can be configured for either additional gain or additional volume, so very handy there. The pour overs are envelope filter pedal, so this is kind of give you some auto wah and synth sort of tones. You'll also notice that it has a built-in distortion, which actually comes before the filter circuit. So you can add a little bit more gain into the filter to kind of richen up the sound, add some complexity, and give the filter some more to work with. So I'm going to turn up the tone a little bit here, brighten it up.
Kind of pushes it into funkadelic territory.
Yeah, absolutely. So you get everything from kind of like auto wah sounds to more kind of distorted synth tones. You've got high pass, band pass, and low pass filters, and the filter can drive either up or down, so you can get some different sort of sweeps from that pedal.
Really in-depth pedal there.
Yeah, so lots of different sounds there. Obviously, the reflecting pool is a delay and reverb in one pedal. As Richard mentioned, it's kind of based on our mirror image and marine layer reverb and delay pedals from last year. So to kind of just combine those together to give you guys a sound of what those two can sound like, I'm going to switch on to one of the special reverbs. Let's try variation 2. So here we have a really cool gated reverb. Turn it up a little bit. The extra knob here will actually control the shape of that gate, so you can actually have it even spit back at you backwards, which is cool.
Kind of like a reverse reverb.
This is a reverse gated reverb. So really cool, kind of interesting sound. Obviously, you've got halls, rooms, and other kind of more traditional stuff on there, but I think the really cool thing about this pedal is the special reverbs.
Finally, then let's look at this delay side.
Yeah, so on the delay side, you've got analog, digital, and tape style emulations with a quality switch, so you can actually degrade them as the repeats go, kind of go over time. Obviously, you've got tap tempo as well, so I'm going to switch off the reverb here. Oh. Again, the really cool thing about this pedal, if Richard didn't already mention it, is that you can select 3 different types of subdivisions. So you can do an 8th note, a triplet, or a dotted 8th note. So you can get some different kind of rhythmic. Turn on the compressor. So some different subdivisions, right? Feedback there. Switching over to the tape side, take the quality down a little bit.
Is that aiming for like a degrading tape sort of sound?
You can get like the wow and the flutter from a degraded sort of tape sound. This pedal comes in true stereo, so you got stereo in and out. It's also got the USB, so it's got updatable firmware as well, so we'll be adding more kind of sounds and changing things over time as we kind of revoice and reshape the pedal. So that's all the stuff that we've got for electric. I got the Smolder over here. I can plug in an acoustic really quick if you guys want to hear what that sounds like.
Yeah, well, that'd be great. Yeah, please. Okay, so Rodrigo, let's talk about this new, super interesting acoustic distortion pedal.
Yeah, so this is the Smolder Acoustic Overdrive. So basically what this pedal is designed to do is take the piezo pickups that are common in most acoustics, convert it into something more similar to a magnetic pickup type of sound. Then it runs it through a distortion circuit, actually runs it through a cabinet simulation circuit, a mic simulation circuit, a preamp simulation circuit. So it's basically designed to take your acoustic and make it sound like it was an electric running through a deluxe reverb, mic'd up. The really cool thing is that you can blend those two signals together, so you can maintain your dry signal intact while you can also layer the distortion on top of it. Or you can obviously use it just kind of in a traditional sense where you're going straight from clean to dirty. So let's hear what it sounds like. So there's the piezo by itself. I'm gonna turn the pedal on, but I'm gonna keep the blend control dialed all the way to the dry side. So I want you guys to hear what the pickup compensation control does. So basically what this does is kind of remove some of the flubbiness and some of the fizziness from the piezo pickup with the pickup compensation control. So it's a low pass, high pass filter combined. And then as we blend in the distortion side, you'll start to hear that overdrive with that deluxe reverb cabinet simulation come in. Then you can, so that's blended all the way to the distorted side, but you can obviously land somewhere in the middle if you want to have kind of a layered sound.
So really easily able to get that sort of amp breakup sound with an acoustic.
Yeah.
And amazingly, no feedback.
No feedback. So the pickup compensation control really helps with that. We're running into a full range PA speaker right here. It's not a guitar amp, so all the modeling of the cabinet and the preamp and the mic is all coming from the pedal, which actually inherently makes this a pretty usable distortion pedal for electric as well. So if you're recording in your room, you don't want to actually mic up a cab or whatever, you can just leave the pickup compensation control off and then use your Strat or your Tele or whatever, and kind of just use it as like a cabinet simulation distortion pedal. So that's kind of a little tricky. So you can hear the feedback starting to come in now that the pickup compensation's down. We can really dial that back out. So yeah,
Immediately moves away.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that's a Smolder.
Great, so that's the brand new Fender range at Summer NAMM here with Rodrigo at the Fender booth. Cheers.